Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
The day I met Bullhorn Betty and Jonathan Lee Ridges, they were protesting in front of the Laundrie's home. I began to document them, and little did I know, the three of us would spend the next few months traveling together. Nothing scares us, even if it means crossing a freezing cold river and getting wet. We put our lives in danger because we want to find answers. It gives us purpose, even if it means going undercover to get those answers, or visiting the scene of a crime and paying our respects. Searching for the truth isn't easy. It gets you out of your comfort zone and makes you see things in a different perspective. And it's this perspective that we want the world to see. At the end of the day, we fight for justice. We fight for those who don't have a voice. We fight for those who were silenced. Our next case, we search for Paula Miranda. She was last seen swimming in this river. Here's our Paula's family. Found 2 footprints they believe belong to her. She left her phone and keys in her car. Her sister tells us that's extremely unusual for her to do that. Stay tuned as we venture deep into Wekiwa Springs State Park to help find her.
witness out here. Stop sparing folks. Hello, somebody. Stop sparing folks. Nobody cared when your feelings was hurt. Nobody cared when you was pacing the floor. Nobody cared when you was sliding down the wall. Nobody cared when you was standing over there with a face full of tears. You had to suck it up, buttercup. But then when it come to other folk feelings, here you are. Want to tiptoe around it. Want to avoid the elephant in the room. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to disturb the peace. Stop sparing folk. Ain't nobody spare you when it was your turn. Give it to them real. Give it to them raw. Give it to them uncut and uncensored. This is exactly what it is. This way you had me messed up at. Huh. Yeah. I ain't playing with nobody this season, baby.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good evening, YouTube. Guys, I hope you're doing very well this evening. I got a couple of corrections to make today, and then we're going to be bringing up our beloved Chronicles of Olivia. We got some breaking news. I just want to go over a little bit about what we've covered so far in the Kiely Rodni case, okay? She went missing around August 6th, the early morning hours of August 6th. It was crazy for many of us. It seemed like everybody just shut down. There was no videos, no photos, you couldn't even find the party goers going to this party. We couldn't find anything, leading to believe that Kiely never made it to this party never existed. And then as we started digging in, the more we dug in, the more questions that rose to the top. And then when Adventures with Purpose, let's discuss this. So we discussed many theories when this first happened. Sammy took the charge. She went on All American Dream Chaser and he brought her on panel. And from that point on, people just disliked her. There was something off about her. Her story didn't work. They were just zoned in right on her. She just stunk to high heaven to many people. 20,000 law enforcement man hours across multiple agencies in a few weeks, and there was just literally nothing. There was no photos. There was no videos. Kids were removing videos. Kids were removing accounts. Kids were privatizing accounts. And then we have Adventures with Purpose come out. And we watched them just go from lake to lake, and then boom, right at Prosser. Not even 55 feet from the bank where she was last seen. There she and her car are. Then all hell breaks loose. Adventures with Purpose comes out with their video, and we have all just been trying to piece together everything since. We've reached out to people in photos that we could identify. We've debunked some photos. We've confirmed other photos. Then we had Check It TV go out there to the waters, and things were just washing up on shore. There was things out there in the water. Now people are speculating that that's not her stuff. Whatever. I believe it is. So now comes down to actually finding people. Many know that I was going through a lot of paperwork, finding some people out at that party, which we have been successful in doing. Olivia's been doing her thing, which she has been successful in doing, in uncovering more people and talking to them and being willing to come forward and tell their story. We have found just one of those people. We're going to be referring to her as Jane Doe. Many of you guys know exactly why we'll be referring to her as Jane Doe. There's 2 reasons. 1, she's a minor, and 2, she doesn't need to be harassed. Any legitimate creator that would like to confirm the legitimacy of this person, speak to Olivia. I'm sure she's happy to, but it's got to be under confidential means, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So Olivia is currently uploading a video to her channel. We're going to be going over to Olivia's channel and diving into her video a little more at 8 o'clock on her channel. If you guys have not had an opportunity to subscribe to Chronicles of Olivia, mods, if you can throw her channel link in the chat and just go ahead and carousel it every, few minutes. I don't want to bombard the people in the chat, but I definitely want to make sure that it's going through. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the chat for Olivia. And when she's coming on, we'll go ahead and get her pulled up here, guys. This link is only for Olivia. Mods, if you see Olivia come into the chat and this is already removed, please go ahead and copy and oh, she's here. I see you now. So before we get Chronicles, I just went ahead and put the link there. But before we get started, I want some clarification first on a different matter. So on Dolly's channel this morning, we were all on there. Oops, shoot, I didn't mean to move that. We were all on there this morning looking at this, trying to decide whether or not this was an iPhone or, with the dirt because of the, it kind of looked like that. Well, we had a creator in here earlier today that was kind enough to clarify this matter for all of us and sent me a much clearer photo of what we were looking at. And it does appear that that is not, oh, thank you, CR. Thank you so much. It appears that is not a cell phone, that is glass. And apparently when he picked it up, it just shattered, which is what you expect from auto glass. It will just shatter. It's tempered glass. It just shatters so it doesn't cut you. Oh, hi, Misty. Nice to see you. So at any rate, we'll wait for Olivia, and then I'm going to play a trailer when she gets up here, and it's going to kind of hopefully bring everything together for you guys. I don't know. Here she is now. Olivia, change your name. Mom's gonna beat you. Go back out, change your name. She's like, I don't know how to do it. I'm just going to bring you up. Never mind.
As right when you said, I don't know how to, I literally was saying, I don't know how to.
I tell you, people don't realize we read each other's minds.
Oh my gosh. You're psychic.
So for all the people out there, we have 831 people in the chat. If you haven't thumbed this up, you need to thumb this up because Olivia, she has been kind of, I'm leaning on her so much because why? Because you're a what?
A perfectionist.
No, a millennial.
Oh, a millennial. Well, that too.
Young people don't like to speak to old geezers like me that use big words. She knows how to speak young.
I'm your translator. You're millennial.
That's what I called her. I said, you're my translator. But yeah. You've been working really hard. You've been using, and I'm not going to tell anybody your tricks of the trade, but you have really been using some out of the box techniques to find these kids, and to speak to them. And at the end of the day, we're not trying to get them in trouble. Exactly. We're not trying to expose them or throw them out here to become chopped liver on the streets of YouTube. We're trying to get the story out, the untold story of what happened to Kiely Rodni, and anybody that's willing to help tell that story, we're listening to them. And we're confirming, it's not just listening, but you have to go through the other step of corroborating their information. It's not just listening to their story. Now we've got to take them as liars and confirm that they're who they are and what they're saying is true, right? I mean, that's our process.
Of course, because I'm sure there's people that would lie and want to be, in the videos that I make or the documentaries or be on my TikToks and stuff. So we always, I I know when people are lying and when they're not. I'm very good at telling that, and I always thoroughly look at their socials. They send me pictures of them and just corroborate. So yeah, our Jane Doe for today was definitely at the party. She was definitely with Kiely. She, kind of grew up. She grew up with her essentially. So she's the real deal.
They know more. They know more than just passing by and face. They saw each other's face. I mean, they know each other. It sounds like over the years they kind of grew apart a little bit, but they've known each other for a really, really long time.
Yeah, they have. So the only thing is right now I am uploading the video. I had a crazy day today, so I wish I had it earlier, but
I'm not easy on you either. Thumbnails, trailer, video, chop.
Yep. But it's uploading now. It might be up by 7:00, hopefully earlier than that, because it's a big file. It's an 9-minute long video actually, so it's taking its sweet time. But in that video I have the text messages between me and Jane Doe talking about Kiely and her condition and other things that have happened that I will be talking about in my live later tonight.
At 8:00.
At 8:00.
Yeah, I've already told them to go. But actually, many people are already in here saying, I subbed to her channel. So we're going to be over on your channel at 8 p.m. tonight, and we are going to play the full video. I've got snippets of the video, but you guys are getting a sneak peek of this video for the first time before it's uploaded right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. And then we're going to go over Chronicles of Olivia and actually watch it. So it's going to be, and then we're going to have discussion. And we're going to have discussion on what we find here, because I think there were several key notable things that came out of that interview. We're literally only talking about one aspect of that here on the Bullhorn Betty channel.
There's a lot more.
And we're going to be going over to your channel, and we've got some. It's definitely new clues, but what does it mean?
Well,
we can't go into it. That's for later. That's for later.
I don't want to give it all away, but
yes, that's for later. But it does, but what do we have? It does sound like something. So we're gonna stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna play the video. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta just find the video. Hold on, guys. There it is. Let me make sure I got it backed up where it needs to go, because I was listening to it because I'm nosy. All right. Guys, here's the sizzle reel. This is what we're going to be discussing on Chronicles of Olivia's page.
I was at the party, and it was my first one. I was only there from like 10:30 until 11 because I did know Kiely. She went to Forest Charter. She definitely hung out with a lot of druggies, I guess you could say. I was there, and I did see Kiely right before I left. I was like walking towards the car.
And then there's part of the first screenshot. So there's one part missing, which I will be discussing tonight.
Perfect. And so what this says for those that are watching on their phone, it says, I did not see Sammy because I just kind of sat there and everyone I talked to approached me. But yes, Sammy used to go to my youth group for a while and we were never really friends, but we knew each other. Another portion of this is there was a fake fight, like a playful one in between, and that was blanked out. And then we got no strange people that I noticed. Kiely was most definitely intoxicated. And you asked for an audio, which she did send you the audio, and that's what that little clip was from, right? The audio.
Yeah.
And then she says Kiely actually offered her a drink multiple times. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, all right, there it is. And then it says, of course, but yes, I see her smoking. So in the whole purpose of this little clip here is because what people don't know about this conversation is that she left. What did she say? 11:30. She went there 10 to 11. 10 to or 10:30 to 11. She was only there for what, a half hour?
About half an hour.
Okay. And we know based on other people's statements that Kiely showed up there, what, at like 10?
Yeah, 10.
Like around 10 with Mags?
Yeah. So,
you know, and you and I have talked about this back and forth several times, is that, you know, we're thinking, you know, they didn't just jump right out of the car and just start chugging, you know, booze down their throats and things like that. You're not, I mean, when you get to a party, you kind of, hey, you know, hi, how are you doing? You know, where's the bar? You know what I'm saying? Like, as you make your way through, unless you are the bar, which there's some stuff about that too. But either way, you don't just start guzzling booze the minute you pull up. Like, you get out, you see who's all there, you see what, you know, what's happening. You know, everybody takes the happening walk, you know, where you go and just check everything out, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of thinking, you know, you're there for what, you know, 5-10 minutes before you really start drinking. And then you're not really, you usually take time with the first drink. You know, the first drink's kind of that shocker drink. You know, nothing really tastes right. Like, it's either too strong or, for example, if you're drinking beer, you got to get that first beer down the hatch. And then everything just kind of pours down, you know, one right after another, maybe. But I'm still thinking it's going to take her until about 10:30, maybe, to get through the first drink. So how was she so drunk by 11 o'clock, where she was intoxicated, as Jane Doe describes her?
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, is when you guys go over to my channel and watch the full video, there was a small detail that she had mentioned about the drinking, which, gosh, I don't know if I can't say it now, but yeah, I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah, no. Because there is more details on this. The bottom line is that we've got a person that was attending that party that knows Kiely personally, that has candidly described her condition at the time she left at 11 o'clock. And it sounded like she was in already poor condition at 11 o'clock. So this just brings up several things for me, you know. It really does, because we've been hearing, I hate, you know, like, we've been hearing so much stuff out on here on the streets of YouTube. And one was whether she was in the condition to text her mother. You know, she apparently texted her mother at reportedly at 11:30 at night, saying that, hey, I'll be home in 45 minutes. I'm leaving here in a half hour. It would bring her home right at 12:15. So she'd have been running, I think, 15 minutes late from getting home, approximately. And it's been alleged right up front that, you know, she may not have texted that may have just been a stall tactic, which ended up working. Mom ended up going to sleep. She didn't even wake up until 8 o'clock the next morning. But there was many things. So if she was that intoxicated at 11, you know, and I think you and I have even talked about it, and you've talked about some of your creative text messages yourself, young lady, and it is possible.
Yeah, I've been
Chronicles of Olivia,
and I'm a very open person. So you know, my younger years, I'm still young. I'm 24, but I've been effed up and texted my mom, had a great conversation with my mom where she would never, ever be able to tell that I was intoxicated. But so it is possible, but, you know, it's just, you have to take into consideration that someone else could have sent that text message. And remember that Facebook post from one of the groups where a parent said that, or someone had met a parent whose daughter said she saw Kiely, she couldn't walk and she couldn't speak. So
she was completely blitzed, effed up, out of her mind. And I think, and it's not, we're not trying to, you know, insult the victim here, but we do need to understand what kind of condition she was in, you know, and what hazards she had. because it sounded like there's a little more that she may have partaked in, a little more than just maybe the cannabis aspect and the alcohol aspect of this party, because of her deteriorated condition in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's all about the timing. And again, I have to do more research on like fentanyl. Can I say the word fentanyl, or
Yeah, I don't care.
Get banned? Okay, because this is not like.
Or you can say fent. You know, I didn't know if it triggers anything or not, but people have used it on here, and as long as it's in fleeting in nature, YouTube doesn't care.
Okay.
Well, Shelly says, thank you, Betty. Love your common sense, open-mindedness, and kindness. In a short period, you rose into one of my most. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. And we love the love and support. I could tell you, I couldn't do what I do without partnerships with like Chronicles of Olivia, partnerships with my mods, partnerships with the audience, because the audience is filtering a lot of stuff to us too. Like, our audience has been amazing. At least mine has.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of stuff and a lot of angles I wouldn't be looking at if it wasn't for them. And, and I think everybody's really, this is what I like about this case, but what I don't, this case is, obviously really sad. But what I like about this case more so, I mean, we do have some, the drama creators that are, that's their job, to create drama, that talk about people like me and Dolly and Church and other YouTubers out there that are really trying to dig in and just make sense of all this. We're not talking about them, but for the most part, the YouTube streets have been very helpful this go round. Like when we were dealing with Summer Wells, it was just, people were just nasty. It was very, very hard, for just to even, you couldn't really even talk to somebody without ticking somebody off. I mean, it was a little, it was crazy. It's like, hi, so-and-so, F you.
Yeah. It literally was like that.
What? Is that how they act all the time?
Mm-hmm.
It was really bad. But, this one, people, it just seems like there's been a lot of creators that have really gone out of their way to help each other, because there's such limited information. And it was a side of YouTube and YouTube creators that I haven't seen. It was a pleasant side of YouTube and YouTube creators that I haven't seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has been a huge change from Summer Wells.
Yeah, just the whole environment. Now, it equally is sad, and I think this one's sadder because we kind of had the ending result. Summer Wells's case is kind of, it could go either way. I mean, in my mind, it really couldn't, but you always still want to believe that you could be wrong and that you still want to always hold out hope. But this is kind of even almost more sad right now, because there really isn't much hope left. She's found. It was of suspicious circumstances. Many of us are angry at how this all took place. We're kind of frustrated at law enforcement, because it just seems like from the beginning they weren't in it to win it, really.
Yeah, and again with the kayaker, or the man who was kayaking, and he found her laptop and things that were washed up on the shore.
Check It TV. It was Check It TV.
He's a YouTuber. That reminds me of the Gabby Petito case, when we were just normal civilians. We're not FBI. We're not, police. And we found stuff there, again, just left behind. Police didn't want it. We're seeing the same thing here. And it's just frustrating, because even though it's just a laptop, it's her laptop. Her mom might want that.
And it's evidence. And not only that, but it's washing up on shore.
Yeah. And her hairbrush and other things are found. It's just ridiculous. And God knows what else is in the water. That
I just can't imagine. Let me just put this in perspective, and this is how I look at things, because, I love you. And I keep thinking, what happened? What would happen to Mom if God forbid something happened to you like this? I mean, God help them if something like this happened to you. Just saying. But if something like this happened to you, and we're all there trying to support Mom, and now your belongings start washing up on shore, your mom, I think should be close to a crazy house at this point.
Yeah. And she would want to keep anything, even if it was a bobbing pin or anything
People
small.
don't understand that. Like
Plastic,
they will keep a dirty
a
tissue
hair tie.
for
Some,
years.
yeah, that can hold, like, my dad, he passed away 2 years ago, and I have a receipt, the last receipt that he bought. He went to a cigar shop and like bought a Cuban cigar, and I have the receipt still in my room. It's just a receipt, but it reminds me of him. So like, I'm sure Kylie's mom would have even wanted something as insignificant as that, like a piece of paper.
Right.
Like, yeah, so it's just really sad.
So we got a bunch of new people coming into the chat. So I just want everybody to give a thumbs up. You didn't miss anything. You missed some conversation, but I am going to play this video for you guys again. This is a video, that we did find a party goer. We're only touching one aspect of, I don't know what 2x2, x3 means, but thank you. But we are going to play this again. This is a party goer that actually had contact with Kiely at the party at Prosser Campground the night she disappeared. And, and this is not all of it. So for those that are just coming in, please, the mods will be posting Chronicles of Olivia's YouTube page. And we're going to be going over to Chronicles of Olivia's YouTube page for a live at 8 p.m. tonight to watch this entire video in its entirety and have a discussion on it. So just stay tuned. We're going to play it right now for you, for all the new people coming into the chat. Here it is.
I wasn't at the party, and it was my first one. I was only there from like 10:30 until 11 because I did know Kiely. She went to Forest Charm. She definitely hung out with a lot of druggies, I guess you could say. I was there, and I did see Kiely right before I left. I was like walking towards the car.
Oops. And this one says, for those that are just coming in, I did not see Sammy because I just kind of sat there and everyone I talked to approached me. But yes, Sammy used to go to my youth group for a while and we were never really friends, but we knew each other. There was a fake fight, like a playful one in between blank. No strange people that I noticed. Kiely was most definitely intoxicated. Under there, it says, can you send me an audio, which the girl did. And that was the audio portion of the audio we were just listening to. And she said that Kiely offered her drinks multiple times. So even Kiely was offering this girl drinks. And then the next one says, of course, but yes, I definitely see her smoking. So, we know that there were a lot of substances out at this party. And so we're looking at the timeline, and I'm just going over this. I know for those that are here, I sound a little like parroting, but there's a lot of new people that just came into the chat, and I want to make sure they hear all this information as well. Yeah. But, there was a lot of drugs, and we had Jane Doe come forward, and she basically described Kiely in a very most definitely intoxicated state at around 11 o'clock. And with our timeline, it just doesn't seem like she could have gotten that messed up on just alcohol in that small window of time, leading us to believe that she either took something herself or she still could have been, a drink could have been spiked.
Yep, that is also true. When you guys watch the video, it's uploading now. It says 9 minutes.
Yeah, but we should go ahead and just chit chat. We're gonna chit. Actually, you know what I need to do? Let me open up the panel, and so we'll open up the panel to the people that are here that would like to ask Olivia some questions, or me some questions, or make statements, or add their perspective to this case, because quite frankly, it's a lot of the audience that has changed a lot of our minds as creators as to what may have happened, because they're producing us stuff. This is really, a lot of people are very concerned about this case, and probably more so with the hints that this may be, taken as a accident as opposed to something more nefarious, when all of us are screaming, something smells foul here. It smells really, really foul.
Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me go ahead and I'll drop the link. Just give me just a couple shakes and
I'm just preparing the video right now.
oh, good, good. Okay, so there we go. Let me go ahead and post this in once it stops running. When I go to this side, because I haven't been on this side in a while, it takes like forever because all the comments just start going boom, boom. Okay, I think I got it. So there we go. Pin message. Okay, so the chat is officially open to the audience. So anybody that would like to come up, don't forget to tell Olivia thank you, not only for really taking a hold and taking the initiative to get this information, but also, you know, following through, getting these people, speaking to these people, getting trust in a short amount of time to get them to open up to speak to her. This is not your first time. I mean, we debunked a photo.
Yeah.
Because of the work that you did in getting 3 of the 5 people that you saw in that photo have confirmed that photo was not at Prosser. They did confirm it was from that night. They did confirm that it was from around the same time, but they were all the way over in near Reno, Nevada.
Yeah. I guess I just have a knack for, I don't know why people open up to me. But I think it's really cool how YouTubers and sleuths can also help, because with law enforcement, sometimes people get scared to open up to, you know, law enforcement, especially, you know, teenagers and younger kids. Like, they don't really want to call, you know, the police and say, hey, this. Sometimes they just, weirdly enough, will just comment something under a video they see online and, you know, and say, oh, I saw this, blah, blah. And so we go and talk to these people, or they talk to us. So it's just, I love the YouTube community.
And we all have our own strategies, because sometimes you are the one that needs to go out and get it. Sometimes we have to rely on, say, JLR to go out and speak to people.
Oh, he is the master sleuth.
Yeah, because we're hitting roadblocks, and sometimes I need to go out and speak. They try. I shouldn't say I do okay, but
good.
I'm not as good. I'm working on it.
JLR is a whole nother level of sleep.
I know he's amazing. He's amazing. We've got Mama's Boss in the back chat, so I'm going to go ahead and bring her forward. Hi, Mama's Boss. Where are you calling from? I would say calling from, but you're video from me.
I live in Utah.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, I just got off a stream watching the celebration of life.
I know.
It was beautiful. It was sad. But the whole community is behind these kids. They all talked at the ceremony. They're like appreciative of everything they did. It's like they don't even want to open their eyes to see that one of these people may have hurt their daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're grateful for them. I mean, if it was my child, I would be asking every single person. And
that's why I said, I don't remember who was on this channel earlier. It's like I've been going so long and so hard on these, you know, lives and stuff. I can't remember which lives I'm on, you know, who's live, but I said the same thing. You know, it seems to me that mom's kind of just going with the flow. It seems to me if we get any resistance on the results, it's going to be coming from dad.
Yeah, it seems dad is behind more foul play. But
I think he's behind. I'm a ticked off, you know, I'm a ticked off parent. Like, how can, you know, I'm sure he's probably just like, flames have got to be coming out of his ears, nose, and eyes at law enforcement at this moment. I mean, that's his baby girl. Like,
well, and that was the thing about the life thing. They thanked everybody in the community. They thanked law enforcement and just like gave them all these props of everything. But what did they really do?
Yeah, she's in the back. I mean, she's in the back. Even if this and Clayton was on earlier today rather, and him and I were having a chit chat about whether or not, you know, this whole scenario, you know, how it could be an accident. And I can see there's only one way that this can really be ruled an accident, but that's still having to find somebody else behind the wheel of that car that put it in. You're still looking at this as a fatal vehicular homicide where somebody was most likely drinking and driving. And even if that's the case, somebody still has to be held accountable. Somebody still they have to identify who was behind the wheel of that car, because even if this was truly an accident, there was somebody else driving.
Exactly.
In my opinion. And I think there was more people in that car, as a matter of fact, because of the windows.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, and it just seemed to me, because of the back passenger window being half down, that there was most likely 3 people in that car, or more, as opposed to only 2, because the front windshield was broken out. The front passenger side window was busted out, so it seems like people got out of that window, and it looks like maybe somebody got out of the other window, if it was the accident version. Big if.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like it could be a cover-up.
Yeah.
Again,
hold on one second. Laura Carlson, if you want to show me your face, I'll go ahead and bring you up to panel. Thank you.
This might be something, it might be nothing, but do you know Nick, the truck driver?
I don't know him, but I've definitely heard of him. I've seen his interview. Yeah.
Do you know his last name?
If I did, I wouldn't. I know I've got something with his last name on it. I just got to relocate it because I know it was sent to me. I've seen it, but I don't know where I put it.
Well, I was just gonna let you know I'm not too tech savvy and all that, so I don't get into too much on YouTube and stuff. But I was just looking into Sammy on Facebook, and I found her under Samantha Smith, and I just found it odd. I clicked on Samantha Smith's friends, and I seen a girl that looked like somebody I had seen in one of the pictures at the get together or whatever. And so I clicked on her, and her name is Madison Trim. And so when I clicked on Madison Trim, the 6 friends that pop up on there on the page, one of them was Nick Trim, and I clicked on him, and his eyes just stood out to me. And then I looked at the location, and he's in Truckee, California. So I just found that really odd that they're kind of linked together,
Yeah, but that Nick Trim, or the TTG, the tow truck guy, he doesn't live in Truckee, because he commutes to Truckee, according to at least my understanding, according to the interview. Olivia, do you remember? I think he said he's only in Truckee
every other weekend,
something like that. So it sounds like he doesn't live there.
Well, would you want to write down the names and look that up on Facebook?
What were the names again?
Samantha Smith.
Yeah, I got her Facebook with the other ones, the friends.
Madison Trim.
Okay.
And then Nick Trim. Because his eyes just stand out to me. I don't know, I might be crazy, but I want to say
that Trim with 1 M or 2?
Trim is just 1 M.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll look into it. Thank you so much.
Yep.
What do you think about the whole situation where Kiely was really messed up really early on in the party, and that she's been known to hang out with druggies?
Well, after seeing the interview and everything with Sammy, it gave it away completely. I've watched this over and over again. And as soon as she starts talking about them going back to the vehicle, and she states there was 4 of them, she made it sound as if they had left the party, because she said they had come back to the party. And that's when she asked Kiely if she could give her a ride home. And then she got out of the vehicle, and they separated at the party because she went to go find a ride home. And that just doesn't make sense. But after that, she just stumbles her words, and she can't finish the story, and she can't finish answering questions. She just gets all weird.
Gotcha.
In my opinion.
Hold on just a second. Okay. So if Jane Doe hasn't been close to Kiely lately, how How would she know about the drugs? When did they stop being so close? I just don't see homeschool girls with honors graduating 16 being a druggie. Actually, it's more common than you might think. Ashley, I've known people that take uppers and downers to be more productive, and by the time they're done with college, they're complete drug addicts. I mean, that's. I went to school. I graduated 3.67 GPA, all messed up. I mean,
Well,
so
and there was a kid.
Just a messed up individual and kid. If you don't know my story, it's there's a lot of similarities here. I was a very smart girl, and I was hanging around druggies myself, and unfortunately, this is a terminology people may understand, but you lay with dogs, you get fleas. You can't hang out with people and it not rub off on you. It just that's why it's so important to change people, places, and things when you get clean.
So true. And the kid that just talked at the memorial.
Elizabeth, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Elizabeth Lamb, if you want to show me your face, I'll bring you on panel, but I'm going to let the other lady speak first. Okay, thank you.
And one of the boys that just spoke at the memorial, you could tell because the way he said, she helped me in my darkest times when I needed somebody. Like all of their wording, it was about partying. They even talked about her drinking beer, like something about shotgunning a beer is faster than most people. And all the parents and kids, it's very open in that community. The parents are accepting of it. They must be very honest with them. Mm-hmm. But the parents allow it too. And so I think there's a lot more going on than just drinking by the way they were just talking.
Well, there's been a lot. I can tell you, I'm holding it in my hands. I mean, there's a lot of drug busts in this community, in this small community right here. Lots of arrests with young kids over that fent and other controlled substances in that area. And and then of course, you have that one kid, that Nathan Kabakunga. He got arrested 4 days after she disappeared.
Sorry.
She 4 days after she disappeared, and then like 4 days after she was recovered, you have one of the biggest pill busts in their county, 50,000 pills. So there is some stuff there, and there are and just to not to discredit Ashley's statement. You wouldn't think that kids would have problems like this, especially when they're performing so well. But the thing is I've hung out with kids like this. If I was telling a story, there was once upon a time that I wasn't Bullhorn Betty. I had a lot of problems in my life, and I went down a dangerous road. And that dangerous road led to a lot more problems. But I met people. There was one lady I met, and she was selling herself on the street. I never went that far, I can tell you that. But she was selling herself on the streets. She had in her possession like 2 PhDs and 1 master's degree. So addiction doesn't. It's not discriminatory of how smart you are. It's not discriminatory, as to your wealth. Addiction doesn't care. It just doesn't. I mean, we've watched it over the years with this whole epidemic across this country, and I can guarantee you there was a lot of millionaires that lost their lives as well in that whole thing. Smart people.
I agree. I've been clean for 6 years, and I went to college. Got me through college. I'm not gonna lie. That's how I got through college.
Right. That's what because what was that? What was that stuff? Adderall.
Yeah.
Adderall. A lot of people were using Adderall to stay up to study. Like these are dependency type of medications that these kids are using unprescribed from doctors, that they're purchasing on the street and using as uppers. And then when they need to go to sleep, they just take a downer and they go to sleep. And that's how they function for all these hard things. Let's see what this one says. It says everyone is talking about the content in the car being left, but no one is talking about how her body was disturbed when they flipped that car. Absolutely. We discussed that earlier today, Sister in the Wind, on my earlier live. We talked about that. Somebody actually came on here and actually had a more graphic, to kind of hit home, to jolt people into understanding the severity of what they did when they flipped that car, because they tossed her. I mean, mind you, she's gone, so she's very limp, and she's been under the water for 2 weeks. Can you imagine what it did to her poor body? What she could have went through. Rachel Lee, would you show me your face, and I'll go ahead and bring you up on panel? Give me just a second. Let me see if we'll wait until Rachel shows her face. And we got a couple new members. Okay, thank you, Rachel. You can go ahead and change back to take your camera back off. I'm bringing you up now. Okay. Oh, you're going to have to turn me down in the background, honey. So before you talk, I just want to welcome Shelly for being. Oh. You're going to have to turn me down in the background.
Yes, I just noticed that echo.
Let me go ahead and mute you while you do that. I'll unmute you when you come back. We got a couple new members this evening, so I just want to thank everybody for their love and support of this channel.
Hello.
And again, we work very hard. Hi, Rachel Lee. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I don't know. I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't? All right, we'll come back up.
Oh.
So, Olivia, what do you have to say? Oh. We can hear her. Turn her off. Olivia, so what do you have to say about all of this? Are you team accident or are you team foul play?
At first, like you, I was team accident, but now I am team foul play, because just the fact that her body was found where it was in the car is very, very suspicious. And just the condition that she was, like, just being that intoxicated. And I don't know, my instincts tell me that it was foul play. That is just...
What do you think about, and I don't want you to go into too much, this is really a benign question, so what do you think about the tow truck driver? Just what do you think about him and Boca and all of that?
Again, I'm a very open-minded person, so I'm not sure if he saw Kiely, because I feel like if he did, wouldn't they be more up clear, like, yeah, it was her? It was so kind of wishy-washy, so I'm not even sure.
Vague. I think the vague is probably the best word, and I think that's what caught us all by surprise, because that was the one thing we weren't expecting. It was kind of a left field type of thing. Mm-hmm. It was one of the most notable statements, but it didn't fit in with the puzzle, in my opinion, unless you kind of forced it in. But you got some clarity. We're going to be going to your channel at 8:00. So don't talk about it.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to, but I just uploaded the video. So it is now on my channel. You saw?
Yeah, it popped up. The notification popped up just a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So the full video about the conversation with our Jane Doe, who was at the party with Kiely, is now on my channel. But there's a lot of different things that she talked about that could correlate with the road assistance worker. So just watch it. And then I will be going live maybe sooner. Well, actually 8:00. That's perfect. 1 hour.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to prepare and get everything set up.
I actually have it all set up. It's ready to go. But I need to chill before I go live. And you're gonna be on live with me.
Yes, I am. I'm going to be on live with Olivia. So if you guys want to see the live, definitely come over there. Chronicles of Olivia, 8 p.m. We are going to dive into this. I'm only showing you one small segment of this video. This is a very tiny, tiny segment of this video. You guys want to go Olivia. Over there to get the whole video. You want to get over there and we're going to have a conversation. You just released it, so they can actually go watch it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to play it on your live and then have an open discussion.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. And you guys can come on too later and discuss what your thoughts on it, because it might be a bit for people to process like certain aspects about it.
Yes. And we're going to be on here just for a few more minutes because Olivia has to prepare. She's got to get some things done, and she wants to chill.
And then, Betty, I sent you an email too with the link, so you could watch that when you have extra time.
Watch what?
The Celebration of Life.
Oh, I've got it. I watched it.
Okay.
I did watch it. I cut it because right when I talked to Olivia, so I couldn't watch it because I was having a conversation, the ending part of it. But I watched it. I watched it on the one channel where what is her name? Kiely Thunder was recording it. Yeah, I did watch it. I think everything was beautiful. It was peaceful. It was everything, but the one that got me the most was her newer friend, and it wasn't Sammy. She had another newer friend that came up there and talked about her, and basically said that she was what did she say, Olivia? Like, she just broke down. She started just crying, and it just choked me up so bad. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, you could feel her pain. You could just feel it. And that the one thing, and that was, and I was talking to Miss Robin on chat, and, we were talking about this, and it's like, it is beautiful, but I didn't get the vibe from it. That vibe that you get when you're there in person, where you feel everybody's emotion and passion and stuff like that. I wasn't getting it. The only part of that online for me that got me was that girl when she broke down, and that's when it tugged at my heartstrings. It was sad.
See, and that started, but then after that, there was a lady who did a meditation and breathing exercise. I think that is what pulled everybody in towards the end.
Yeah. So,
but it was
they're
definitely
just
beautiful.
really, kind of, country folk, they kind of are in their own little place out there, and they're peaceful, piece of paradise. And, hopefully that they come to the realization that, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out that a kid can't travel from the driver's seat to the back hatch of the car.
Right.
It's just impossible. And it doesn't make sense, because if that one window was open, you would think that Kiely would have went out that window. Why would somebody go all the way to the back of the car to get out if they have a window in water that they can swim out of?
That's exactly what, she had to go right by it.
Right. She had to go right by two open windows. Don't forget, the back seat window was open behind the driver's side too. So if she saw water pouring in, she knew the windows were open. I just don't see anybody she's a smart girl. We can all agree that she's a smart girl. They are out here in this wilderness. They have avalanches. I'm sure that they've went through all this stuff, with the ledges and stuff at school, just like we do, hurricane, drills around here. They're probably doing avalanche and stuff. So I'm sure she would have known and were taught that, when you're in a car sinking, you got to get out of the car. You can't stay in the car and drop to the bottom of the ocean. But I do have, the one thing I do say about this is that she saved countless lives that we don't even know about yet. Because of this story going, around this world, people are now looking at, cars sinking and how to escape. I guarantee around this world, she's probably saved at least 100 lives already.
Yeah,
I agree. I ordered 7 of those things for all of my children and my family members, because I live in a very touristy town also, and we have a lot of lakes and reservoirs, and you never know.
Yeah. So Bratty Natalia asks, will we find out who the fights are between at Olivia? Well, no.
You explain it.
You will. Just not today.
Just not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So Betty and Olivia, you guys are doing great. Love what y'all are doing. It's really awesome to see you two work together. You can tell y'all got a real friendship and some good chemistry between you ladies right now. And I love strong women backing strong women. Rodney's
I have
face.
to be honest with you. It's nice. It's nice that we work very well together and we're friends.
Yeah.
Most Kiely Rodney's case kind of brought me into the YouTube crime side of things. And I have to say, this Boca thing makes a little more sense to me. And it's hard to think that, you know, her friends and these young kids would intentionally, you know, full out like murder,
Right.
let alone somebody close to them or, you know, somebody they're acquainted with. So the reason the Boca thing makes a little more sense to me is because if there was a man around with ill intent, and he could talk Kiely into letting him in his vehicle or driving her, maybe going over to Boca and staying the night, whether he, you know, did something to her, like an assault, a sexual assault type of thing, and he realized, you know, she was too inebriated to give consent. How am I going to cover this up? And maybe, you know, they camped out over there, and the next morning she was like not on the same page as him, and he decided he was going to have to either get her on the same page or do something to cover himself. Or maybe she actually had taken something at the party or choked on her vomit. It just seems to me like maybe that next morning, either she didn't wake up, whether it was because of something he did or something she had taken the night before. And if the female that the tow truck driver seen wasn't Kiely, then you know he had to call somebody in to help him. And maybe are they the ones who gave him the idea of getting rid of the car? I don't know. Just to me, the Boca Reserve or the Boca Lake transfer does make a little more sense if somebody had bad intent with Kiely. Let's put it that way.
I agree. Hold on just a second. Rad Poker, if you want to show me your face, I'll bring you up on panel.
Oh, Brad. Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. It's a difference.
Okay. You can go ahead and kill your camera.
Thought it was someone I knew.
I'll wait until. Hold on. There we go.
Also, shortly before I clicked over to your live, the Check It TV guy had put out a post saying that there was an actual more professional dive team out at Prosser and had marked off a bigger area and found more, and even I think he even put in there even more substantial belongings of. So I wasn't able to get any type of photo or anything to that nature with it, but he did either screenshot somebody else's post saying that or posted it himself.
But it's just frustrating that it took us outraging for them to get off their butts to go out there, and they still didn't do it immediately. It's just bad. It just puts a bad taste in my mouth all the way around. Brad Poker, thanks for being here. Hold on just 1 second. Lindsay M says, I'm late watching about who texted Kylie's mom now. If they were trying to buy time, why wouldn't they just say she was spending the night there? Maybe because they knew that wouldn't bode well with mom. Maybe mom would have said no. You know, she had to get up the next day to go camping. She had obligations. Her mom and her agreed on a time that she needed to be home. You know, I'm sure that if her friends knew that, or friends probably knew how her mom was. I mean, we're all speculating here anyway. You know, what I'm saying is just speculation. I mean, I don't know. It's awfully funny that she was so intoxicated at 11 o'clock, and yet she's texting her mom saying she's running late at 11:30. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like that goes well with the story. It just seems like something else might be there.
All right, Betty, I'm going to hop down really quick, but thanks for having me up, and I will see you guys over there at 8.
Yep, 8 o'clock, and we're going to be wrapping it up here. Rad Poker, did you have something to add to this?
Hi, Betty. How are you? And Olivia, thank you for the warm welcome.
Yeah.
She was excited to see Rad, so must be a good friend. Thank you. Yeah, just the only thing, you know, this is a very sad case. The police have made mistakes, but they're working with the evidence they have. And unfortunately, I don't think they have a lot of evidence in this case without people, you know, without eyewitnesses and people talking about. I sure hope that video of the driver assistant guy I hope there's something there, or it excludes somebody. I mean, I hope that's good evidence,
Right.
because this is comparing this to the Memphis case that just happened, where the lady was abducted. You know, they had videos. People were talking. They found her cell phone, and they solved. You know, they caught the guy, the suspect, pretty quickly. This case, because she was in the water for so long, it's just sad. And I'm feeling that we're just not going to get any answers out of this case, which is not to be a downer. I'm just sad about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I want to, I don't know how to say it. I'm still optimistic. Like, I still think that they're doing, because we first heard it was a fatal accident collision investigation, but I just read a new report from the Reno Gazette that they are doing a parallel investigation with law enforcement. So it's not just the accident; they're actually investigating it by the detectives, which is, it doesn't mean anything, but at least it is positive. At least there's two parallel investigations: one that's most likely criminal, and the other one that's most likely auto.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm looking at from an evidence point of
Yeah.
view. Unless you have eyewitnesses or somebody's going to come forward, I'm hoping that what Olivia is going to release tonight, this young lady knows more, and hopefully other people will come forward.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for some, we just want people to know that we're working hard. We will keep them confidential. Like, we're not looking to expose them in any way. What we're looking for is the truth about that night. To let them give an opportunity to really provide justice for their friend that's no longer with them. And her name's Kiely Rodni. And we hope more step forward and start working with us and start working with other creators that are trustworthy and that'll keep them out of the limelight. But we are definitely working hard. This shows the level of work to help, hide somebody's identity, but give them the platform to tell their story.
Yeah, I agree, totally agree with you. If it wasn't for yourself and Olivia and some of the other YouTubers, this case would probably not even make the attention that it has. It's the YouTube community that has really brought this to light, and we can see some of the mistakes that the police have made, which, they're human. We understand that. We hope they do better, especially when they had some experts right there that if they had never recovered a car from the water, which I know they have, I know that area very well. It's just a sad case, and you guys are all doing great work and bringing things to light that maybe other people didn't see.
Yeah, yeah. And it's sad because at the end of the day, there's a girl missing. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I was just going to say that if you think about it, all it really takes is one small detail could really help break a case. All it takes is for one person to say, yeah, I saw so-and-so do blah, blah, blah. And that could literally be like a huge thing. So, but then again, we'll never know, of course, if that person never comes forward. And through YouTubers and, TikTokers or people that aren't FBI or police or law enforcement, teenagers might feel more comfortable gravitating towards people like us. So that's why we do what we do.
Absolutely. And maybe somebody will get a conscience and come forward and protect her.
And we have the protection of the press. So
absolutely right.
We don't have to reveal our sources. And so it really does put these kids in a good position.
Well, keep up the good work, and appreciate what you guys are coming up with every day. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Elizabeth, did you have any final words you would like to say? Oh, thank you, Carlotta, another new member. Appreciate your love and support. So we're going to be wrapping up here so Olivia can start getting prepared for her 8 o'clock show. And I just want to get Elizabeth's final words.
I think that's it. I do think, I looked into the information on a black box in the car. I think that can reveal a lot. I think they're pretty well protected against water damage. Things such as, was there a passenger in the car? If it was, that second airbag, would have been triggered. The sensor is going to tell that. It's going to tell the vehicle was accelerated before it went in. Just a lot of things, I think. And I think that may be why of course, aside from getting Kiely's remains over to the coroner's office or the medical examiner's office, getting that car in and doing the forensics on that side of things is really point in the right direction of at least did the vehicle accidentally go in the water or intentionally, and how many people might have been in it at that time.
Yeah, and I also found out they can tell whether it was pushed, dragged, or driven into the water. I didn't know it gave you that kind of detail, but it does. It tells you what position the car was in when it went in there. I mean, I was just reading an article from, again, the Reno Gazette that was explaining some of the stuff that they can find from the computer in the car. I was like, wow.
But yeah, it finds information somewhere. And gets stored.
Yeah, but wow. I mean, seriously, like I didn't know, like there's things like Big Brother, it's a double-edged sword because Big Brother's always watching.
Yes, well, that was another thing I was going to say about the Boca area. It seems like it's just a lot of back and side roads from Prosser up to Boca. So it would make a lot of sense that, they didn't catch her license plate on one of the readers or catch them on public camera. So it's strange. I know everybody's wanting answers, and hopefully after this memorial service, her parents will at least have a little bit of closure. I know it helps, even in a situation like this where there's questions, to be able to get that portion of it over it and kind of, gives them a little bit of closure. And hopefully they feel a little bit of peace after today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Elizabeth. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. It was nice to meet you.
You too, and thanks for having me. Thanks. Wait for Olivia's live.
Yeah, 8:00, guys. Chronicles of Olivia. You don't want to miss it. We played only a portion of the video, a small portion of the video. How long was this video?
It's almost 9 minutes, but the audio recording with Jane Doe is probably 2 minutes.
Yeah, but either way, the clip I just did was 36 seconds. So just to put that into perspective for everybody that is on my live right now, we really want to hear this. You really want to go over to Chronicles of Olivia.
I want to hear it.
And we're going to be discussing this very thing. And it says, Betty, you and Olivia are beautiful and smart ladies.
Oh, thank you, Betty. You're so sweet.
We're getting crushed on. I love it. I love it. Talk about ego and just the boost.
You deserve it. You're going on. I just have a question, really. It's the only reason I really came on was, did you happen to see my message in the studio?
Probably not with this many people in the chat.
Okay, because I was
in a private chat. Let me go over here and look.
Yeah, the private chat. Because I didn't. I don't want to upset.
Email one of us or.
Yeah, I couldn't find a contact information. I saw you were on live, so I jumped on just to
So you can send them to bullhornbetty@gmail.com.
Oh, just the same spelling as your name except the TM?
Yeah, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. What I don't want to say it over the live, but did you read it? You read it?
Yeah, I did read it. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say that I think that that's something that's I really strongly feel that's the main reason why AWP is so confident, and that's their clue that they're hanging on strong to, that they know so surely that it was foul play, and it's been eating at me. I have to show you. I don't want to go too, you're about to wrap up. I don't want to go in too much depth, but I really, really I haven't shown anybody, and it's just it's really clear. So
yeah, I definitely want to see anything. I mean, that's kind of what we do. And I tell people this all the time. You don't understand the kind of stuff that we have to see on this side that we don't even, but we have to know because we got to talk about it. And we don't just have to talk about it. We have to talk about it, for people to understand. And so we have to understand it ourselves. So anything that you can do to help me understand, I want to see it.
Yes, I really feel like this is that's where everything lies. And I feel like that's a no-brainer. I mean, if this is the case, and I'm about 99% sure that this is the case. And I detailed it, so you could make it out. I have a couple copies, but I think that's what's really why they're so confident.
Yeah.
Because how could they not be if that's the case?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, look forward to it and love it. And if you have anything else, I'll be happy to give you my cell phone. So if you have any questions or anything in the future, you can reach out.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I will actually email you right now.
Okay.
It's about like 4 different ones, so I don't want to go into detail over here yet.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I get it. They
But-
probably get a gist of the conversation. They know.
Yeah, just with the memorial today, I don't want to upset anybody.
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
But yeah, so I will actually my email, I'll just say it starts with a U and it's at gmail.com, and I'll put something, relative in the
just put the photos or whatever at the top.
Okay.
That'll be good.
Rachel.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was that? Okay.
Thank you so much, Rachel. We love you, and thank you for supporting and helping us with this case and everything that you do.
You guys are the best, and yes, it's been. I'm a new subscriber, and I wanted to I just wanted to let you guys know you're doing a really good job.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Have a great night.
You have a great night.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you
too,
soon.
Olivia. Okay, I'll be on the next one.
All right. Bye-bye. I'm going to be coming back on. It's like, I haven't seen you guys in forever. Where did you guys go? No.
40 minutes from now.
Yeah. So we got Sister in the Wind, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for everything you are doing and sharing the information. It is seriously appreciated. You have always done an amazing job on any case you have done. Aw, everyone.
Sweet.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Everyone subscribed Bullhorn.
Yes.
Worked hard.
Yeah, we do as a team. I mean, again, people see it. Olivia and I work really tight together, and as you see, we get along really well. We're like yin and yang. Sentences. We think of the sentences before we finish them.
You always finish them for me.
And then we just work and we craft and we hone and we bounce things off of each other literally all day long. Since this case has began, I mean, Olivia and I see each other once or twice a month typically.
Like every 2 weeks we see each other.
Yeah, once or twice a month. Yeah. And then here recently, she's already bought me dinner twice, and we've had like countless. It was so funny because one day she was blowing up the phone. She was calling me. She's like, I'm sorry. And then literally the next day, I'm blowing up her phone. I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah. And that's just the way it is, back and forth. But we're really digging in deep. We're trying to find, but this stuff takes so long because you got to vet this information.
Yeah, exactly. We don't
you try to get more.
Because we don't want to just throw up like a audio recording from someone that said they were at the party, but actually is just lying. Like we vet everything. Like we need photos of them. Like we want to make sure that they are like legit. So yeah.
So thank you to you too. You're doing an amazing job. All right. Well, listen, you've got 42 minutes to get set up. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this live. I just want to tell everybody, thank you for your love and support. Without each and every one of you, we would not be able to do this. It is because of each and every one of you that we are able to do this, that we have a passion to do this. And we're going to continue to dive into this case. We are uncovering stuff little by slow. It's been really difficult. But the stuff that we're uncovering is truly legit stuff. And that's what matters here on the streets of YouTube.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, guys, I'll see you.
Final words, Miss Beautiful, talented, smart, amazing Olivia.
You're so sweet. But
don't tell nobody. I have a reputation to uphold. I'm supposed to be the most dangerous person on YouTube.
Oh man. No. You're so sweet. Like this is what people don't know the real you. Like
what did you think when you heard I was the most dangerous person on YouTube? You had to have been just like rolling on the floor like, what? Her?
People, you wouldn't hurt a fly. Oh man.
Oh Lord. Gotta love YouTube.
Yeah.
Gotta love YouTube.
YouTube's
That reminds me. I think I got a new video. Did I remember to tell me I sent myself the video? Tell me I sent myself the video. If I've sent myself the video, I think I sent myself the video. We got to play this.
Nice. Let's look at it.
We got to play this. You know, I love my street poet. Like, I love her commentary on TikTok. Like, she's like my TikTok therapist. She really is. I love this.
Yeah,
here it is. She my girl. Where is she? She always has a way of saying what I'm thinking. I don't know how she does it.
I don't know what video you're talking about.
You're about to see it. You're about to see it. Here it is.
Yes.
From my therapist. Guys, listen up. If you're not listening, you need to listen. We all need a little bit. We all need to hear a little bit of therapy. Here's your therapy for the day.
See, I don't know about y'all, but like for real, I don't mind being talked about. My problem come in when they start making stuff up. See, you can talk about me all you want. It is what it is. You know, it's either I did it or I didn't. I said it or I didn't.
Right?
Whatever the case is, I don't care. I let whoever think whatever, feel whatever. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? But it's the making up part. It's the lying part. It's the adding on to part that always get me. I don't mind being talked about. It's when y'all start lying that bothers me.
Just saying. Just saying.
Love it. Love it.
You know me. I love my smart ass videos. Nothing tops my jackass video though, but I'm not going to play it. Maybe I should, but I know I don't want to end Kiely with the jackass videos, so we'll leave it. We'll leave it at I don't mind people talking about me. They've been talking about me since the day I arrived. So
YouTube.
All right, guys, we're going to cut it. She's got 20 minutes or 40 minutes to get everything wrapped up. We're going to Chronicles of Olivia, 8 p.m. We are going to be listening to the new clues and new evidence. We're going to break it down for you. You don't want to miss this live. Get over to Chronicles of Olivia, 8 p.m. tonight. We are going to be kicking it.
All right. See you guys in 40 minutes. See you there.
Love you guys. For everybody else, you guys know my thing. Be fearless, folks. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Thank you all that love and support this channel. You don't know how much it means to me, how much it means to the mods, and what we do with the money. We travel, we help find people, we help search for people, and we just do what we can. We do our part, and I hope one day everybody has an opportunity to do theirs. Have a great day and good evening, and we'll see you at 8 over on Chronicle of Olivia 8.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.